Uh, Good afternoon, students. So once again, I welcome you all for this session. So let us move on to the next important aspect of this module. So before going into the problems, that is how to find out the resultant, okay, of a number of force system when the number of forces are acting on a body, how to combine this and how to find out a single resultant. Already the equation we have seen in the previous class, so we'll go to that session. So where we have seen when two forces are acting on a body, that is those two forces are combined and a single resultant can be found out, that is using that equation r is equal to, okay, square root of summation fx square and plus summation fy square. So that is the analytical method when only two forces are acting on the body. But if the number of forces are acting on a body, how to combine these forces and how to find out the resultant we're going to see. That is composition of concurrent forces. Okay, concurrent means if the line of action of all the forces acting at a single point, then it is called as concurrent force system. Composition means combining number of forces and finding a single resultant force is called as composition. So in this analytical method of finding resultant of a number of concurrent forces, so see that this sketch, there are four forces F1, F2, F3 and F4. So all these forces I need to combine and I will going to find out a single resultant. Okay, so that is important. So that single resultant will be having the same effect as that of number of forces. Then how to combine these forces and finally how to find out the resultant we are going to see. So what we are going to do? First, components of each force are found in two mutually perpendicular directions. Now see here, F1 is inclined. Okay, so this inclined force can be resolved along x-axis and y-axis. Means F1 will be having its component along x-axis, that is F1x, and it will be having component along y-axis, that is F1y. So all the inclined forces will be having the components along x-axis and along y-axis. So what we're going to do? First, components of each force, okay, component of these forces are to be found in two mutually perpendicular directions. So component of F1 along x, component of F2 along x, component of F3 along x direction and component of F4 along x direction. So that is called as F1x, F2x, F3x and F4x. So these are the components along x direction. Similarly, if I resolve these forces along y direction now, so this resolve y, make it y direction. So this will be F1y, F2y, then F3y, F4y. So each force will be resolved along x direction and along y direction. Okay. So then components in each directions are added. So whatever the components are there along x-axis, all the components will be added, okay, in mutually perpendicular directions and are combined to get the required resultant. Now see, consider F1, F2, F3, F4 are the four forces acting at point O. This is point O simultaneously. Now it is required to find out the single resultant. So shown in figure, be the system of four forces, comma, the resultant of which is required. So you have to combine all the four forces, you have to find out a single resultant. Now what is the procedure? First find the components of all the forces in x and y directions. That is, first x-axis, all the forces, F1x, right? So make it horizontal now. Make it horizontal, right? Then that will be F1 cos theta, F1 cos theta. So right, so F1x, this component in x direction f2x, this component in x direction f3x, this component in x direction f4x. So f1x, f2x, f3x, f4x. So these are the component forces along x direction. Now similarly, find out component of all these forces along y direction. Now see, make it vertical. So this is f1y, f2y, f3y. See the direction now. f3y downward, f4y downward. So f1y vertical upward, f2y upward. So f1y, f2y, f3y and f4y are the components of all these forces along y direction. So then add all the components along x direction. So summation fx. Summation fx is what? Nothing but addition of all the component forces in x direction. So f1x plus f2x plus f3x plus f4x. So that will give summation fx. Similarly, add all the component forces in y direction, will get summation fy. That is f1y, f2y, f3y, f4y. So finally, we'll reduce them into 2. That is summation fx, summation fy. Now see, after combining all the forces in x and y direction, we'll get summation fx, this is summation fx and this is summation fy. So all the four forces finally reduce them into how much? Only 2 which are perpendicular to each other. That is summation fx, summation fy. So if you complete this parallelogram, right? So whatever the diagonal is there, it is nothing but the resultant. Okay, so R will be the resultant. So whatever may be the number of forces, will finally reduce them into 2. That is along x direction, that is summation fx, and along y direction, that is summation fy. Then using that equation, we can find out resultant R. Okay. Now, while resolving these forces, while finding out the summation fx or f1x, f2y, you are writing here f1x, f2x, f3x, f4x. So see the direction. Now, for in horizontal direction, suppose if it resolving in x direction, remember, if the force is moving in this direction, it is considered as positive. Okay, if the force is moving in this direction, it is considered as positive. If it is moving from left to right, it is considered as negative. From this direction, it is positive. Now see here, summation fx, f1x. Now see, make this force horizontal. Make this force horizontal. What is the direction? This will be the direction. In this direction, this is positive. So plus f1x it is actually. Plus f1x. Now resolve this force along x direction. See the direction? It is moving in this direction now. Go along this direction. So it is minus now. If it is moving in this direction, it is minus. The force is moving in this direction, it is plus. So plus f1x minus f2x, make this f3 horizontal. Again this is minus f3x, make this f4 horizontal. This is plus f4x. Similarly, for vertical, if it is moving upward, it is positive. If the force is moving downward, it is negative. This is for y direction. If it is in x direction, this is positive. If the direction is like this, it is positive. If the direction of force is like this, it is negative. And in y direction, upward forces are considered as positive, downward forces are considered as negative. So depending upon this positive and negative, you have to add the sign convention here. So f1x minus f2x minus f3x plus f4x. So according to sign, add, we will get summation fx. It may be plus or it may be minus. Then summation fy. Now see, if it is moving upward, it is plus. So plus f1x plus f2y, plus f1y plus f2y, then it is downward, minus f3y, then minus f4y. Add here, you will get summation fy. So finally, we will reduce them into 2. Then we're going to use the equation. See, this is summation fx, this is summation fy. So resultant, so single force R is equal to square root of summation fx square plus summation fy square. Okay, so resultant R is equal to summation fx square plus summation fy square. We will get this resultant, that is R is equal to this equation we are going to use. Okay, then inclination. Now see, this resultant is making an angle of alpha with x-axis. So resultant making an angle of alpha with x-axis. So how we can find out inclination of the resultant with x-axis? Alpha is equal to tan inverse of, remember this formula also, it is tan inverse of summation fy upon summation fx. So see here, same thing we are drawn. This is summation of x, this is summation fy. So this is the resultant. I want this alpha. Now this is summation fy means this is also summation fy. Okay, and this is summation fx. So this is summation fx, this is summation fy value. Yes, I can find out this inclination alpha. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of, alpha is equal to tan inverse of. So if I take tan alpha is equal to what? Tan alpha is equal to opposite summation fy divided by summation fx. So alpha is equal to tan inverse of summation fy upon summation fx. So this alpha I can get tan inverse of summation fy upon summation fx. So in problem, right, we have to find out what is the resultant R and what is the inclination made by this resultant with x-axis, that is alpha. So R we have to find out, alpha we have to find out. So that is the problem they are going to ask in the examination. Okay. Yes, before going into the problems, so first we'll try to consider the simple problems where we need to resolve the forces along x direction and y direction. Okay, so consider the simple problem. First problem, a force F1, this is the force F1, 1200 Newton, is acting vertically. So this force will be acting vertically on an inclined plane. So there is an inclined plane. See, this is the inclined plane. So this force will be acting on an inclined plane. Okay, find its component. Find its component along x and y direction. Now see, this is given x direction and this is given y direction. Okay, so we have to find out what is component of this force along x, that is F1x and F1y. And a small triangle is given here and this angle is given theta. So theta is given and this is 3 and this is 4. 3 unit and 4 unit. Okay, so now just like this, when you want to resolve the force along x direction and along y direction, we require the angle. Okay, angle we require. Now see, from this triangle, can you find out theta? If I consider tan theta, so tan theta is equal to what? 3 by 4. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. Tan theta is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. So theta I can get 36.87. So this inclined plane is making an angle of how much? 36.87 with horizontal. Now how to find out this resultant will go, that is resolution along x direction and y direction we are going to see. The same diagram I have joined. This is the inclined plane. Okay, so this inclined plane, on this inclined plane, this is the force making an 1200 Newton magnitude. Now this force is theta. Okay, that is 36.87. Just now we have calculated here. So this theta is 36.87. Okay, so this is the theta. And see, if I complete this triangle now, extend this force now, dotted line, what we are seeing, I'm going to extend this force so I can complete this bigger triangle. Okay, in this is theta, 36.87, and see, this is 90 degree now. Is it right? This is 90 degree. So what should be this now? 90 minus theta, because sum will be 180. So this is theta 36.87, this is 90 degree, so this should be 90 minus theta. So that is 90 minus 36.87, this angle we are going to get. Now see, this is given x axis now. Okay, this is x axis, this is y axis. Now see, this is the force I have extended. If this angle is 90 minus theta, see, if this angle is 90 minus theta, what should be this angle now? See, this is the common line. Okay, this is the common line. This is 90 minus theta, mean this is also 90 minus theta, alternate angles. Okay, so this is 90 minus theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta. So that is 90 minus 36.87. Now I can resolve this force now. Make this horizontal now. Make this horizontal, make this vertical. So that is component of force. So what is component of F1 along x direction now? So along x direction, it is Fx. Make this horizontal like along x direction, that is Fx is equal to minus. So why it is minus? When I make this force along x axis, see the direction, it will move in this direction. Make this F1 along x direction, see this direction. When I make along x axis, this force will move in this direction. So in this direction means it is negative now. Okay, so minus F1 cos 90 minus theta, minus F1 cos 90 minus theta, F1 cos theta, theta is 90 minus theta. So minus F1 is 1200 cos 90 minus theta is 36.87. So we get Fx is equal to minus 720 Newton. So component of this F1 along x direction is minus 720 Newton. Remove minus sign. So Fx is equal to 720 Newton. So minus means this direction. Remove the minus sign, show the direction. Plus means in this direction. See, plus means in this direction, minus means in this direction. So remove the minus sign, it is 720 Newton, this is plus. Okay, this is the direction. So this is along x direction, component of F1 along x direction. Similarly, component of this F1 along y direction. Now make this force vertical now. Move along this force vertical. Now this is downward now. See the direction, it is downward now. So Fy is equal to component of this force along y, Fy is equal to minus, because it is downward now. See, downward means it is minus 1200 sin 90. In horizontal we have taken cos, for vertical it is sin 90 minus theta, sin theta, this theta, sin 90 minus theta. So minus 1200 sin 90 minus theta is again 36.87. So it is minus 960 Newton, minus 960 Newton. So again remove minus sign. For vertical, minus means downward. See, minus means downward. So Fy is equal to 960. The component will going to move along downward direction. Okay, so this is Fx and Fy. Fx and Fy are the component of F1 along x direction and along y direction. So similarly, this second problem, a force of 200 Newton. Okay, a force of 200 Newton is acting on a block. So there is a block. So this block is kept on inclined plane. Again, this is the inclined plane. Over this inclined plane, there is a block as shown in figure. Find the component of force. Now force is acting here now. This is the force 200 Newton. So find the component of force along the horizontal and vertical axis. Remember here, you have to find out component of this 200 along horizontal and vertical now. This, okay, along horizontal and vertical. Okay, so along this, now see, same diagram I have drawn. This inclined plane is making an angle of 30 degree. So then this is 200 Newton force making an angle of 30 degree with this plane. Now see, again I have drawn this line. So with this force, 200 Newton force is making an angle of 30 degree with this line. Okay, but what we want? We want component of this along horizontal, that is along x-axis and along y-axis. In the previous case, this was given x-axis and this is y-axis, but here this is x-axis now, horizontal and vertical is y-axis. So how to find out this 200 Newton along x now, component along y? We require this complete angle now. Okay, like this, with x-axis we require this angle now, but this is given 30 degree. But what about this now? What about this? Okay, we have to find out that. Now see, this is the inclined plane, this is the inclined plane, correct? This is 30 degree given, this is 30 degree given. So if I draw horizontal line here, horizontal line here, see, same plane, same inclined plane, this is horizontal line, this is horizontal line. If this angle is 30 degree, this is also 30 degree now, correct? Because alternate angles, this is 30, so this is 30. So what is the total angle made by this 200 with the x-axis now? So this is given in the problem, this is 30 degree plus this is 30 degree. So total is 60 degree. So the angle made by 200 Newton with x-axis is 60 degree. Okay, it is not 30. So this complete angle is 60 degree. So I have drawn here, this is 200 Newton. So this is 30, this is 30. The total angle is 60 degree. So then the angle made by 200 Newton force with the horizontal is 60 degree. So therefore horizontal component of 200 force is, now see, now make this force horizontal now. Make this force horizontal along x-axis. So what is 200 cos 60 now? The total angle is 60, not 30. But plus or minus, now see, when you make this 200 horizontal, see, this is the direction. It will move in this direction. Okay, it will move in this direction, means it is minus 200 cos 60. 200 cos 60. See, minus 200 cos 60. So that is minus 200 cos 60 means it is minus 100. This becomes 100. So minus 100. So remove the minus sign. Fx is equal to, so minus means in this direction. This direction. So 100 Newton. This is the direction you have to show. Next, vertical component. So now vertical component. Make this force vertical now. Make this force vertical. It is downward now. It is moving downward. Downward means, okay, again minus. So Fy is equal to, vertical component, Fy is equal to minus 200 sin 60. For horizontal, you have taken, this is cos 60, and for vertical, you have to take sin 60. But it is minus. So minus 200 sin 60. So minus 200 sin 60 is 173.22 Newton. So therefore Fy is equal to, remove the minus sign, it is 173.2 Newton. So minus means, for vertical it minus means it is downward. So these are the component of this 200 Newton force. 200 Newton force along horizontal and along vertical. So horizontal is Fx 100 Newton and Fy 173.2 Newton. So these are the two problems, simple problems you have taken, and in the next class we'll come up with some more problems where we're going to consider the how to find out the resultant force when the number of forces are acting. Okay, so thank you very much for attending this session. If any doubts are there, feel free to ask me. Okay, so thank you very much.